on this computer. All right, and welcome you guys to our class meeting for our lab this week, which will be on the lower extremity skeletal muscles. So you'll want to have your lab manual with you when you watch this, and then you'll also want to have your packet. Oh, I hate that it always disappears into the background. And now I'm gone. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're on the lower extremity muscles. So you should be able to see in my screen share the abdominal muscles. I don't have words by them, but I'm typing them in right now as we go. So this was the unlabeled kind. As soon as it lets me find my little options. There we go. Oh, sorry, I stopped sharing. Oh, no. Let me mute all as you come in. Yes. Okay. So sorry, I just died. All right. Okay, here we go. Annotate and text. All right. So I do it in purple because we're EAC. All right, so muscles of the abdominal wall then are going to be the muscles here that we see in the abdomen. So the first one on your list is the external oblique. So if we remember how we name muscles is according to where they're found, the way their muscle fibers run, lots of different criteria. So for this one right here, this is going to be the external oblique because we have 3 layers of, whoops, we have, oh, that was almost good. So we have 3 layers within our abdominal wall. So the outermost layer whose fibers run down is the external oblique. Then we have the internal, I'm just gonna abbreviate it so I have enough room, oblique. Okay, so that's this layer, and you can see how their those muscle fibers run up towards the sternum. And then this layer right here is the transverse abdominis. Okay, and so, oh, let me draw so that goes together better. So transverse abdominis goes with that leader line right there. So that innermost layer right there. And then internal oblique is this layer right here. And then the external oblique is this layer right here. Okay, then the last layer that we have in the abdominal muscles is this one right here, is the one that makes your 6-pack muscle. So this is called the rectus because it runs straight up and down, and abdominis because it's in the abdominal region. Okay, so there are those 4 muscles: external oblique, internal oblique, transverse abdominis, and the rectus abdominis. All right, now let's go on into your leg, and oh, there's all of those. That's lovely. Now let me go out and come. Oh, I just went all the way out. Sorry about that. Okay, so we need to do the back. So let's find our back muscles. I don't want that picture. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I want this. This is the picture that I want. And let me find what page that's on. So we're in exercise 13, and that one is on page, because it's not right before your leg. It's in a weird spot. Oh, it's on 203. Okay, so we're on page 203. And this group of muscles, so can you see, let me know if you can't. Just type in whenever you can't see something, and then I'll know. Otherwise, I'll assume you see what I see. Okay, so notice that there's this little bracket right here that's going to, I'm going to draw because it doesn't really show where the bracket goes. So the bracket goes to this one, and this part, and this part, and this part, but that's because this one here and this one here are pointing to the same muscle. So I don't know why they put 4, because there's really not 4. There's only 3 muscles of this group, and these are your postural muscles. So these are the ones that keep you upright, called the erector spinae group. Oops. All right, so these are your erector spinae, these 4. And so now we want to take a look at what the 4 are. So we're going to pull, I'm going to change colors for each one of those. Okay, so we're going to go to, let's see, let's do, the first one on your list is the iliocostalis. So the iliocostalis is this one right here. Oh, I know, I'll just type in a different color. Okay, so we'll do this red. So this one right here is iliocostalis. Okay, is this one right here that goes to there. Now notice that the iliocostalis, and I'm going to change the color so that you can see. So the iliocostalis is this one that runs this whole way. And if you notice on 203, there's a little section. So there's iliocostalis, and then this is iliocostalis, and this is iliocostalis. Okay, so it's the outermost muscle right here, iliocostalis. I didn't do it in red because then you couldn't see it. Okay, so then we want to do the next one is called the longissimus. So we're going to do the longissimus in blue, and that's this one. I didn't spell that right. There's 2 S's in there. Oh, and then let's talk about why they're called the way they are. Okay, so this is the longissimus. Now, iliocostalis goes from the ilium down here up to the ribs, where we have our costal. Remember, costal means rib. So iliocostalis is from the ilium to the ribs. Longissimus is the longest muscle in your back because it goes all the way up to your head, okay, up to your, like your, behind your mastoid process. So from the, down here in the sacrum, all the way up here to your head. Okay, so that's the longissimus. And then the last one we'll do is the spinalis. Oh, that's not even close. Okay, and then the spinalis is right along the spinous processes. So this one right here. Okay, so all of that. So we've got 3 then of the erector spinae from the outermost to the innermost, iliocostalis right here, and then longissimus, and then the spinalis. Okay. All right. So now let's go to the muscles of the hip. Should be right in. Nope, now we're going to go all the way through your arm, and then we'll be good after this. We'll go into your hip. Oh my heaven's sakes, here we are, where I want to be. Now we'll just do this one first. Okay, so these are going to be muscles that act on your thigh in order to move your femur. Okay, so the first one is the iliopsoas. And again, it's a group of muscle. Well, it's 2 muscles together. And so here is the iliopsoas. You don't pronounce the P. Okay, so the iliopsoas then is going to be made of this one right here, okay, which is called the psoas major, and then this one right here, which is called the iliacus. But you don't need to know the 2. So just together, this group right here, so they're going to come together right here. And then as the muscle goes out, your hip flexor right here, that's going to flex your, bring your femur up. Okay, so that's the iliopsoas right there. So when you see it on the quiz, if it's pointing to, well, it'll probably point to down here, but either one of these, then you would just put iliopsoas because that's the only one that you know. Okay. And these will all be the same pictures, exact same pictures on your quiz. All right, now we need to go to the back. We need to go to the muscles that are going to extend your hip. And there we go. Okay, I wanted to make sure there was a cutaway view. All right, so the first one that we're going to look at is the gluteus maximus. So that's this one right here is the gluteus maximus. Whoops. Okay, so there's the gluteus maximus. All right, then while we're here, yes. Nope. Okay, so gluteus maximus, this is going to be gluteus medius. That's up here on the iliacus, or on the iliac crest right there. And then you can't see the minimus because we have to cut away the gluteus maximus. So we're going to go to a cutaway view then, which I don't think you guys have the cutaway view in your lab manual. So we're on page, nope, you don't. We're on page 217. So you'll want to, I may ask you, since you don't have the picture, just tell you what's the muscle that's underneath the gluteus maximus, if I want that one as a choice. Because here's a cutaway view where we can actually see, so the, this is the minimus right here. So this was the maximus, and then the medius, and then this would be, no, I'm not sharing. I mean, I'm not annotating. So this would be minimus underneath here. So maximus, G max, and then G med. Oh, whoops. G medius, and then, like I just put, G minimus. Okay, all right, so there's those. Now, the tensor fascia latae, I don't know that I have a picture of that because that's on the lateral side of your leg. Let me see what they've, no. So guess what? I won't quiz you on that one. Let me just see if I can't find a better one. You know what? We're going to do this. Okay, let's go to this picture right here. So back to the back side of your leg is, all right, so this is called the IT band. I should have just typed it out, iliotibial band. Okay, and then there's a muscle that it's attached to, but we can't see it in this view up here. And then I'm just going to put attached to tensor fascia latae. Okay, so anyway, there it is, but I'm probably not going to quiz you on it then. Okay, so moving on, we're going to go to the back to the front of your leg. Oh, wrong way. Back to 203. Yeah, this view. Okay, go here. All right, so now we're going to go to the sartorius. So the sartorius is this long muscle right here in your leg. And it's the longest muscle in your leg. Oops, let's pin the right one, label the right one. And it's the one that allows you to sit cross-legged. Okay, so this diagonal muscle right here is the sartorius. Okay, all right, then we want to look at the quadriceps femoris. So the quadriceps femoris are these three muscles right here. I'm going to put a little bracket right here because we're going to name each one of them, but together they are oh my heavens. All right, so there are actually 4 of them, of course. That's why they're called quadriceps. Oh, sartorius. Okay. I'll tell you really, gluteus just means buttocks in Greek, and then maximus, medius, minimus, of course, is size. Because remember, we got to go through all the name, why they're called the way they are. Iliacus is because it's on the iliac crest, and psoas means loins, and so it's in your lumbar region, because that's where your loins are. So it's just the big lumbar muscle. So the iliopsoas. So the iliacus, so your iliac crest and your lumbar region form a muscle. That's because they're all regional names. All right, sartorius though is an action. And sartorius means to sit cross-legged or to sit like a tailor. So tailors, you know, make clothes. So what they used to do was sit cross-legged on their sewing benches and sew their clothing. And so to sit cross-legged means like crisscross applesauce, you know, when you were in kindergarten and you sat on the floor for story time, that's the kind of cross-legged that we mean. Okay, so there are, so that's sartorius. So there are 4 muscles then that make up the quadriceps femoris, 3 of which we can see, and then we'll see another one on the next slide. So this first one, the very superficial one, is the rectus because it runs up and down, femoris because it's on the femur. Okay, so this very first one is the rectus femoris. Then this one, because it's broad on the outside, is called the vastus lateralis. Oops. And then this one right here on the inside of your leg is vastus medialis. Okay, and so those are the 3, but now we need to go to the next picture because we're going to cut away the rectus femoris so that we can see the vastus intermedius underneath. So we're going to go to here, and not that one. We'll come back to that picture. Here we see, so I'm going to label these again for you. Okay, so this is, and I'm just going to abbreviate. So this is the vastus lateralis. Okay, this now is the vastus intermedius, because it's right in the middle between the lateralis and the medialis. And then this one is the vastus medialis. Okay, and so then over the top here, which has been cut away, we would have the rectus femoris. And so this, oh, let's put that. Okay, so this is the tendon of the rectus femoris right there. Okay. All right. So those are all the muscles then in the thigh, the top of the thigh, that are going to act on your lower leg, or what we just refer to as the leg. And so now we're going to go back to your adductors. So all the ones that are on the innermost part of your leg. And let's see, you'll want to go back to, there we go, to page 215 in order to see that. Okay, so 215, and these 3 right here are adductors. So I'm going to put out the different names for each one of them. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. Oh, I don't like how they did that. Let's see. So I don't know why they did oh, because they're talking about these 2, right? No, I don't know. I don't know why they made that little bracket thingy. Oh, because it's all parts of the magnus. I see. It's that picture on 215 up at the top. Okay. All right. So let's just label it according to the picture on 215. So, okay. So up here is the pectineus. And we're going to go to a different picture too with the pectineus in it. Okay. Then this one right here, we don't need to know, is the adductor brevis. Okay. This one right here is the adductor longus. And then this is the, I make you know magnus? Yes, adductor magnus. I just didn't make you know the adductor brevis. Okay, and then adductor magnus, because it's really big, so it's actually in all of these places. And the muscle you can't see on here is the gracilis. And so that's why we're going to go back a picture now so that we can see them from the other view. So this will be looking at picture A on 215. So let's go back to here. All right, this is good. All right, so we're going to type these in. All right, so here again is the pectineus. And pectineus means that it's like a comb. And so like the teeth of a comb is what pectinate means. And so the fibers run like the tooth of a comb here as it comes off of the pubic ramus right here. This one right here is going to be the gracilis. It's the innermost of all of those muscles that are in your thigh right there. This is going to be the adductor longus. And then this is going to be just a little bit of adductor magnus that we can see in this view. Okay. All right. So, oh, here's tensor fascia lata. Okay. There, tensor fascia lata. If I have one, and then I put E's on the end if I have two, but that's that muscle right there. And then there's that iliotibial band that I told you about. Yeah, I forgot it was in this view. Okay. All right, so moving on. All right, now we want to go to the back of your leg, and we want to go to the hamstrings. So, all right. So the hamstrings, let's look at that picture because I'm wondering what their other little bracket is. Oh, semi-membranous. Oh, I think that's, oh, I don't know what that little bracket's supposed to be. Maybe long head and short, I don't know. So ignore, I think ignore all of these. Well, anyway, we'll put hamstrings right there. And then we'll draw where the hamstrings are. Okay, so here on the back of your leg are your hamstrings. So you have 3 hamstring muscles. The first one is this one that we have on the lateral side of your leg. So this is medial. Oops, I don't want to do that. This is the inside part of your leg. This is the outside. And I'll put those in just a minute. Well, I can do that right now. So this is medial. And then this is lateral over here. Make it a capital L. Okay. And all right. So we're on the pinky toe side. This is going to be the biceps femoris. So that's why we can't just call the biceps in our arm the biceps, because we have a biceps in our leg. All right, then we want to take a look at the semimembranosus and the semitendinosus. Okay, so this one right here is the semitendinosus, and this is hard. I'm going to help you figure out how it's oh, it's with the U. Yeah, I didn't think that looked right. Sometimes it's an IS, sometimes a US. I don't even know what the rule is. Okay, so there's the semitendinosus, here's the semimembranosus. And I'll color them in different colors so that you can see the difference between membranosus. Okay, so I'm gonna pick the, let's pick pink. Okay, so the semitendinosus is all of this muscle right here. And there's this tendon, this skinny tendon right here is the semitendinosus. But the semimembranosus is all of this muscle here and this muscle here. So this part of the tendon here and this part of the tendon down here. That's all semimembranosus. Okay, so that's the blue one, and then this is the pink one. Okay, so biceps femoris on the lateral side, and then we have 2 medial side muscles. We have the semitendinosus with this tendon, kind of a skinny muscle right here, and then excuse me, and then the semimembranosus is over here on the other side. underneath it, I mean. Okay, so there is that. All right, now we're gonna go into the muscles that act on the foot. So the muscles that are in the leg, but these are gonna make your foot do things. Because these muscles make your lower leg do things, make your calf do things, but then the rest of the muscles are gonna make your foot do things. All right, so let's go to this picture right here. This is the front view. So we're looking at muscles of the leg from the front view. So the first one we're gonna look at is this one. Make sure I get the right one, is this one that's just lateral to the tibia. So here's our tibia right here. Here's your shin where there's nothing. So if you get kicked there, that's why it hurts. But here is the tibialis anterior. Okay, so tibialis anterior because it's in the front by the tibia. All right, now fibularis muscles are going to be out here on the side. Okay, so and we're just going to call them fibularis muscles. So fibularis and fibu, because there are 3 of them, but I only gave you 2 of them, and we're going to look at the side view anyway. Fibularis and fibularis. All right, and let's see, sure. Oh, that one's an extensor. I'll get rid of this one. Erase. And that's extensor, so we don't want that one. Yeah, I thought that was like, wait a minute, that's not right. Okay, and oh, same with that one. Get rid of that one. Just fibularis right there. So we're gonna look at it from the side view. So then we're not messing up. So let's go to here. Not, there we go. Okay, so now we definitely can see the fibularis muscles right here. Okay, so this is a fibularis. I'm just gonna put fib. No, I'm not. Laris. I'll put a fibularis there. And then here's our other fibularis right here. Let's put it closer to the line. All right, and that's probably all that. Oh wait, there's the longest. We want to do that one too. Okay, and the fibularis. Okay, so any one of these we're just going to call fibularis. So let me color them green. Okay, so this one back here, this one on top of it, and then this one next to it. Okay, so these 3 that are just right, oh, look, what's that? That's our lateral malleolus, so that's part of the fibula. So all of these muscles that are right here, right next to the fibula, we're just gonna call the fibularis muscles. Okay, now we need to look at the extensor digitorum, which we're gonna go back to the front view. I mean, we can name it, we'll name it from the side, but we're gonna look at it from the front. Extensor digitorum. So these are going to extend your toes. They're going to curl your toes backwards. Okay, extensor digitorum. So let's go to the front view again. Okay, so then the extensor digitorum, if you look at, I'm going to draw on it first. Okay, so see these tendons? There's one going up here, and then there's 2 going up here, and then there's another one, and they're all, the tendons are all, except for the big toe, they're all going to go up to this muscle right here. So this is the extensor digitorum. Extensor digitorum. Right there. And the extensor digitorum, you notice, is right next to the tibialis anterior. So tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum, and then fibularis right here on the very edge. All right, so what about the other muscles? What about these guys right here? This one out here and this one under here? Well, they're the ones that we see on the back side. These are our calf muscles. So we're going to go to the calf to see that, maybe. Yes, that's what we want. Okay, so the first one that we're going to look at, we'll have to do a cutaway view because to be able to see other ones underneath. So the first one is, okay, so here's what they want is gastrocnemius. Okay, and then this is medial, oops, and then lateral. I don't really care. We just have those bellies. Okay, but that's this whole thing. So this two-headed muscle right here is the gastrocnemius. Okay, then right here we have the calcaneal tendon, otherwise known as the Achilles tendon, but because it's connected to the calcaneus, let's type that in right there. Okay, then it's the calcaneal tendon. And then this would be the medial malleolus and the lateral malleolus over here. And then we have one more muscle right here. They didn't put a leader line, so I'm going to put in a leader line. So this one right here, that's also connected to the calcaneal tendon, is the soleus. And I know why they did that, because there's soleus in a different view. We're going to cut away the gastrocnemius so that you can see the soleus underneath, but you need to be able to know where it is. Anyway, so if we go, here's the cutaway view. So let's see, yeah. All right, so the only thing that I'm going to put on this cutaway view, because I have another cutaway view, because there's 3 layers of depth on the back of your leg for muscles. So this one then is the soleus. Oh, I took that, that's far away. Well, anyway, it's that one right there. Boom. Okay, so there's the soleus. And now we're going to take those muscles away, and we're going to look at the last 3, and then we're done, you guys. Look at that, only half an hour. If you'd been here on campus, yeah, I would have told you more stories and showed you more stuff, and, you know, take time to look at the models on your own. But anyway, this is all I got to give you today. So that's good that we don't have a lot of stuff. Because I've been on my computer all morning long. Because I love you guys. All right, so now what we want to do is take a look at the muscles with everything gone. So with the soleus gone and the gastrocnemius gone, so we're on page 221 so that we can see these, and we don't want to get these all messed up because it's really easy to get these messed up, but we don't want to. Okay, so the first one is that we want to take a look at is this muscle right here, okay, is called the flexor. So the flexors are on the sole of our foot, just like our flexors on our hands are on the palm of our hand. So the flexors are on the soles of our feet, because we want to curl our toes more than we want to extend them. Like when we walk, we curl up our toes to push off on them. So this is flexor digitorum longus. Okay. And so this one is actually going to go to our toes. Okay, goes to toes, but not our hallux, which is our big toe. Oops. Okay, so it's just going to go to toes 2 through 5, so those 4, but not to the big toe. Now, that seems strange because look, it's right behind our big toe. But the reason why it's behind here is because we need our big toe to contract stronger than the other toes, because that's, you know, when we're running and we push off, that's what the last step that we take is we push off with our big toe. And so we need it to have a lot more force. And so what we need is a longer muscle with a longer tendon. So that's going to be this one over here, and I'm going to draw it in blue in just a minute. So we'll put this over here. This is the flexor hallucis longus, okay? So here's what happens with that muscle. I'll do it in this color blue. So it's, oh, whoops, I didn't go to draw. All right, so it's going to start out here on the more lateral part of our leg, and then it's going to run here, and it's going to run down here, and it's going to go under the medial malleolus, and then it's going to cross under our foot, so the tendons actually, and it's going to go out to our big toe, and then the tendons that go to our rest of the toes go this way. So these guys cross down here underneath the medial malleolus, and it gives this more pull on the flexor hallucis hallucis longus. So the tendon actually gives us more pulling ability because it ends up being a longer tendon than what you get going from the flexor digitorum. Okay, so it's just a simple physics principle. If you want to, if you have a lever, because your muscles are just levers on your bone, well, your bones are the levers and your muscles are pulling on them. And anytime that you want a lever to be strong, to exert more force, you make it longer. And so that's what we did. We made a longer load arm right here, and so that we could pull on our big toe more strongly than what we pull on our other toes. So it's a marvelous feat of biomedical engineering that I absolutely love. And then our last muscle is the tibialis, oh, I changed the color, sorry, posterior. And so it's back here. Here would be the soleus. The soleus in there. Soleus. Okay, so that's the soleus has been cut away so that we can see the tibialis posterior underneath it. Okay, so that's it, friends. I don't have any other muscles. I've gone through all the ones, and it was an easy week, which is good to, you know, try to get back into the swing of things. And so that'll be it for today, and then I will post this in just a few minutes, and then I will see you tomorrow morning at, let me look at your cute faces or show you my ugly one. Stop sharing. Okay. Oh, look at all of you in here. I'm so proud of you. Yay. All right. So, so that will be your quiz, and the quiz, I'll make it due a week from today. I don't know where I put that. What I put the, even if I have a due date on it. Oh, the tibialis posterior. So Annette, so the tibialis anterior on the front of your leg is going to dorsiflex your foot, and the tibialis posterior is going to plantar flex your foot. So they're going to do the opposite things. So your whole foot would be plantar flexed by the tibialis posterior. Point your toe down. Okay, so anyway, so there's that, and so your test on this will just be off of those exact same diagrams a week from today. Well, it's due a week from today, so you can take it anytime. I'm gonna, if I have it all done, I'll just open it up, and then you can take it any time that you want. Oh, and then by the way, while I still have you, the attendance policy thing, as long as you're taking a quiz or submitting homework within a week, that will count for your attendance for the week. So I need you to make sure, I know that you've posted stuff. So for this week's attendance, that would be, you got to do something by Monday. Okay. And then next Monday would be the next week, or Tuesday after that. And Anna, the flexor hallucis longus stronger? Absolutely. It's much stronger than the flexor digitorum. And the reason being is because that big toe is the last thing in our stride when we push off. So when you think about, if you've sprinted before, when you wear sprinter shoes, it's just right, the spikes are only on your toes. You don't have spikes anywhere else on your foot. Let's see, is the quiz due by the end of the day for 8? For the, yes, it is. So your microscopic anatomy quiz, that's due the end of today, isn't it? Today's the 31st. Yeah, so anyway, just trying to keep things straight. Everything just kind of hurried and did stuff. So anybody have any questions left? Sometimes this makes our ears disappear.
So for all people are supposed to complete both quizzes that are on there right now, or just Monday people?
Just Monday people need to do the upper extremity muscles because they didn't do that. They hadn't taken that quiz before we left for spring break. Thursday lab people did. So that one's done for you. I have the scores for that. But then the one on microscopic anatomy, everybody needs to do that one. That was from last week.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Before spring break. Yes.
so is there anything specific you want us to like really know about the muscles that we've gone over, like the functions or anything?
No,
or just
no, Just identify. So the ones we did today, just label. That's all I need.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, that makes it easy. I know some people that, some friends of mine that took anatomy and physiology before I taught it here, they're like, you don't make them know the origin, insertion, and action. I'm like, no, they can look it up. I just want them to be able to name it off a picture. So they are kind of bummed that they had to do all that other work. But no, I just want you to be able to identify it. I'm fine with that. There's so much you guys have to know, so. Okay. Anything else from anybody? All right. Well, if not, I'm going to go ahead and end this recording and end the meeting. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all your work and efforts, and I keep seeing you turn in stuff. It keeps popping up on my phone, so that's great. Keep submitting your assignments, and I'll get those graded as soon as possible. So thank you, Trey. I really appreciate you guys. You're just awesome. And I'm just doing everything I can for you guys to be successful. This is a really sucky thing that's happened in more ways than one. And I don't want this semester to end badly for anybody. So I am working all that I can, and just let me know if there's something more you need me to do for you. If you want to just Zoom with me sometime to you know, go over stuff, whatever, just drop me a message in Canvas and we'll just jump in a Zoom room and go ahead and talk to each other. So, you know, just whatever you need, I'm here to give you what you need. So sorry, it's been a long day already and it's not over yet. So take care. Love you guys so much. And we'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And then we get a day off. Wednesday, Thursday, we don't have to see each other. And then we'll see you again on Friday. All right. Yeah, my family's fine. I'm alone. There's nobody here. So I'm not getting anything from anybody. And I hope you guys don't either. Just stay safe. Wash your hands. Okay. That didn't stop my recording.